All right, so problems with Ableton, right? It always does its best job to warp whatever you're putting into it, right? Issue is that it doesn't do such a great job with the longer files, and the whole purpose in being able to do this is to work between people who use Pro Tools, Nuendo, whatever your DAW is that you're using. So first thing here you can see is that you go to your preferences, make sure that the auto warp long samples is off, so that way when you drop it in, it's not going to try to match it up to 120 default tempo or whatever the session is that you're using. And essentially you're going to be setting it up as new. And then when you go to your audio, what I did here is I just deleted the analyze file to kind of show what it does. You can see, I'm going to trash that, and I drag that AIF of just the kick clap into session, and you'll see once it closes out here, closing it out, you can see it pops in another analysis file like it always does for everything in Ableton, and you can see that the auto warp is not turned on. So it's not trying to link it up, it's not throwing those markers in there, making it, try to fit into whatever session. So got it in there. Now, next step. So, okay, if let's say for some reason, guy or girl doesn't add in what the tempo is. Okay, well, I would default 120. I don't know what this is. So get a BPM counter, free one. This is a free one that it works all right. I was just kind of tooling with it for a second, but totally free on KVR. I think you can download it, but you kind of putz with it. This was the first time I opened it, so I was just kind of tooling with it to see, how to get it to nail just the kick. So I filtered off the top, so it was just picking up the subs. I don't know what either of those knobs do. I just kind of twiddled with it until it got kind of close to giving me the average I'm looking for. And this is fluctuating because it's supposed to be something you use with that. But basically it comes up with the tempo being 132. And then once you get the tempo of it, you can then close out and get rid of that, but this is me still dorking with it. Still dorking, finding out the 132. Okay, cool. Then you go in and actually set the tempo. Now, you got your audio file in. See it's matching up. And then when it's bounced out at a lower volume and you want it to work better, just go ahead and crank up the to whatever you're looking for your gain staging, and then you can see it matches up because we go all the way to where the break ends, and you can see it falls right on point, right where it's supposed to. And this was all exported out of Logic, so pretty much this can apply for anybody who uses any DAW, any workstation. So that's the reason why. The volume issue, um, a lot of the room's left over for the mastering process, but obviously it just depends on your workflow. So yeah, but that's just kind of the run through with, for if you're working with long sessions, it makes it a little easier. But have a great one.